theTokyoBill Weekly Update, an end-of-week news brief on events in and around Japan. Today is January 4th, 2025. The increasing prevalence of digital devices, particularly among the young, is leading to rising concerns about children's eyesight. Research in Japan indicates that the distance from which digital devices are typically viewed, often less than 30 centimeters, exerts more strain on the eyes compared to traditional books, which are read from a greater distance. A study highlighted that prolonged close-range viewing contributes to conditions like acute convergent strabismus. Among 194 patients studied, a significant number improved their symptoms after reducing screen time. However, many saw no change or worsening symptoms. To protect their vision, experts recommend that children engage more in outdoor activities and maintain greater distances from screens. Japan's Emperor Naruhito and Empress Masako are set to visit Hiroshima and other significant war-related sites in 2025 to commemorate the 80th anniversary of World War II's conclusion. According to a government source, these visits aim to honor war casualties, educate future generations about Japan's wartime experiences, and emphasize the quest for peace under the country's first emperor born after the war. The couple plans to attend the annual cultural festival in Sasebo in September, visit Nagasaki's Peace Park, as well as Hiroshima and Okinawa in the summer, marking the emperor's first visits to Nagasaki and Hiroshima since his enthronement in 2019. Asia's tourism sector is thriving, with countries competing to attract millions of travelers. Japan leads the way, achieving record visitor numbers and revenue. In 2024, it welcomed over 33 million tourists, exceeding pre-pandemic levels, with foreign spending reaching 5.8 trillion yen, or $39 billion, over a 9-month period. Factors contributing to Japan's success include a weaker yen, smooth travel experiences, exceptional hospitality, and effective marketing. Tokyo has boasted a remarkable 78% hotel occupancy rate, showcasing strong performance. Japan's unique blend of cultural heritage, modern attractions, and service continues to shape the future of regional tourism going into 2025. In 2024, Japan Coast Guard officials reported that Chinese government ships were present in the contiguous zone near the Senkaku Islands for a record 353 days, surpassing 2023's total of 352 days. As of Sunday, 4 Chinese vessels were navigating the area. Officials confirmed 39 instances of these ships entering Japan's territorial waters, with 18 cases involving attempts to approach Japanese fishing boats. Japan asserts that the Senkaku Islands are its territory and plans to enhance monitoring effects to safeguard its waters amidst ongoing tensions with China and Taiwan. Since its launch 5 years ago, the Specified Skilled Worker Visa in Japan has significantly increased the number of foreign workers, effectively addressing labor shortages compared to the previous Technical Intern Training Scheme. This visa offers improved working conditions, allowing holders to change jobs after 1 to 2 years and to work in various industries, with average monthly increases of 5,000 to 6,000 visa holders. By June, over 250,000 individuals had this visa, 60% of whom were former technical interns. Despite benefits, challenges persist for those seeking to switch jobs, as current regulations bar them from working while looking for new employment. A Jeju Air flight crashed in South Korea Monday after the pilot reported a bird strike and declared a mayday. The Boeing 737 was landing at Muan International Airport when it veered off the runway, hitting a concrete wall and igniting into flames. Only 2 of 181 people aboard survived the incident. The pilot received clearance to land, and about 3 minutes later, the control tower warned of a chance of bird strike. The crash occurred shortly afterwards. South Korea's transport ministry has ordered an emergency inspection of the country's airline operations and is investigating the wreck, which failed to deploy landing gear and did not utilize flaps or slats for landing. Boeing is also cooperating with inquiries into the crash. Japanese toilets, known for their innovative features like heated seats and automatic flushes, face an unexpected challenge: toilet paper. Toto, a leading manufacturer, recently advised consumers against using toilet paper to wipe their bidet toilet seats, as it can cause micro-scratches that lead to discoloration. This warning follows social media complaints about seat damage. Instead, they suggest using a soft cloth with water or detergent for cleaning. Although Toto is exploring more scratch-resistant materials, they have no immediate plans for change. Japanese toilets are celebrated for enhancing the country's hospitality culture and have become quite popular with tourists. Consumer Reports' 2024 Brand Reliability Report names Subaru the most reliable car brand, surpassing Toyota and Lexus, which held the top spots previously. The report, based on over 300,000 vehicles sold between 2000 and 2025, evaluates factors such as owner satisfaction, safety ratings, and reliability. Some brands, like Lincoln and Dodge, were excluded due to limited data. Subaru's reliability is attributed to consistent parts across model years, reducing the chances of new problems arising. Subaru received an average reliability rating of 68, while Lexus and Toyota scored 65 and 62, respectively. Recent research has revealed that what were previously believed to be the oldest human fossils in Japan, known as Ushikawa Man, are actually bear bones. Discovered in Toyohashi, Aichi Prefecture, between 1957 and 1959, the fossils were initially thought to belong to a human from the Middle Pleistocene era. However, a study led by paleoanthropologist Gen Suwa confirmed that the fossils are the radius and femoral head of a bear, likely a brown bear, dating back at least 20,000 years to the late Pleistocene. Findings emphasize the historical importance of these remains in advancing paleoanthropological research, despite their non-human origin. A recent study from Japan, published in iScience by researchers at Kyoto University and Akita Prefectural University, found that chimpanzees solve complex tasks better when watched by familiar individuals, such as researchers. In contrast, they performed worse on simpler tasks under the same observation. The study, conducted over 6 years, involved 6 chimpanzees completing numerous tasks while being observed by 3 distinct groups: familiar caretakers, experiment participants, and strangers. Familiar observers may cause distractions and stress, negatively affecting simpler task performance, while the chimps showed enhanced focus for more challenging tasks, possibly motivated by the presence of familiar watchers. The Japanese icebreaker Shirase arrived at Showa Station, Japan's Antarctic research base, on Tuesday after a 40-day voyage that began on November 20th. The ship docked approximately 120 meters off East Ongul Island at 9:44 a.m. local time. Following the arrival, supplies and fuel will be moved to the station via snowmobiles. Members of the 66th Antarctic Research Expedition, who had previously arrived by helicopter, welcomed the Shirase alongside the 65th wintering team. Ko Morita, a 36-year-old member of the 66th team, expressed relief at the safe arrival and hopes for smooth operations going forward. With a surge in inbound tourism, there are increased interactions between foreign visitors and locals, particularly on public transportation. Consequently, locals have reported a rise in improper tourist behavior. A survey by the Japan Private Railway Association indicated that 63% of respondents were bothered by various impolite actions from tourists, highlighting issues such as eating and drinking on trains, sitting on the floor, blocking doors, and occupying priority seating meant for those with special needs. Other complaints included leaving trash behind and loud conversations. While these behaviors are not limited to tourists, visitors are encouraged to be mindful of local etiquette and ensure a comfortable experience for everyone. A Japanese university professor has expressed his concern that advancements in AI translation could reduce the incentive to learn English, as the country's proficiency rankings have continued to drop, from 87th to 92nd in the 2024 EF Education First standings. Tamotsu Fujita, an English education expert at Sophia University, believes language learning is still essential. He illustrates how machines often overlook cultural nuances, such as translating the color blue as green. Fujita warns against an over-reliance on technology and stresses that genuine communication and understanding cultural context are critical, especially as Japan trends towards a diminishing post-pandemic global engagement. Researchers from Chiba and Toyama universities suggest that deploying gigantic kites over the ocean could mitigate the effects of heavy rainfall on land. Their studies, based on torrential rain data from northern Kyushu and Chugoku regions, estimate that these kites, 200 meters wide and 300 meters tall, could reduce rain by 5 to 10% on average. The kites would create updrafts to stimulate ocean rainfall, thus reducing the amount of rainfall when thunderstorms or typhoons reach land. Although simulations showed varying effects and some instances of increased rainfall, the researchers aim to refine their approach and collaborate on kite design to better predict and manage rain events. In late December, China's People's Liberation Army Navy and Coast Guard executed unprecedented joint maneuvers near the Miyako Strait and the contested Senkaku Islands. This operation featured heavily armed vessels, signaling a shift towards increased military assertiveness. Analysts believe these exercises simulate potential maritime blockades relevant to Taiwan scenarios. Notably, the Chinese Coast Guard ships turned off their transponders near the disputed islands, a tactic suggesting concealment of military operations. China's evolving Coast Guard, now authorized to use weapons under its 2021 law, raises concerns for Japan Coast Guard vessels being much more lightly armed. Beijing's assertiveness has been intensifying amidst rising international support for Taiwan's sovereignty. On Friday, the United States approved a $3.6 billion sale of up to 1,200 advanced air-to-air missiles and related equipment to Japan, strengthening ties with a key ally in Asia. This decision comes amid rising tensions due to China's assertive actions in disputed Pacific territories, prompting Japan to enhance its security collaboration with the United States. The Defense Security Cooperation Agency stated that the sale aligns with U.S. foreign policy and national security goals by bolstering Japan's defenses. The State Department has approved the sale, and Congress must still authorize the transaction before it can proceed, ensuring Japan can integrate these capabilities into its military. That brings us to the end of news items for the week ending January 4th. These stories and more you can read at theTokyoBill.com. I've been, and remain, Tokyo Bill. Thank you for listening, and take care.